Would you let someone control your home without a fight? I'm Lena, a single mom who moved into Oak Ridge Estates, a quiet suburban neighborhood with a notorious HOA. Their welcome packet was a 50-page rulebook, but I shrugged it off, thinking I'd keep my head down. That was my first mistake. The trouble started when I noticed my Wi-Fi was spotty. I work from home, and dropped calls with clients were costing me. I called my provider, but they found no issues. Then, one morning, I spotted a technician on my roof, installing a sleek black router. No notice, no permission. I stormed outside, demanding answers. The tech handed me a flyer, Oak Ridge HOA Community Wi-Fi Initiative. They'd installed their own network, claiming it was for neighborhood unity, and charged every resident $80 monthly mandatory. I was livid. My roof, my property, and they didn't even ask? At the next HOA meeting, I confronted Karen, the president, a woman with a permanent smirk and a knack for shutting people down. "It's for the greater good, Lena," she said, waving off my complaints. "You're new here. You'll adjust." The room, filled with her loyalists, nodded like puppets. But I wasn't alone. Tim, a quiet retiree next door, whispered, "They did this to me too. Check your contract." That night, I pored over the HOA fine print. Buried in page 42 was a vague clause about shared utilities. It was flimsy, but Karen's clique used it to justify their power grab. Meanwhile, the HOA Wi-Fi was abysmal slow speeds, constant outages. I started digging online and found an ex-post from a former resident. Oak Ridge HOA installed Wi-Fi without consent. Lawyer up. The comments were a Goldman residents shared stories of Karen's bullying, from fining kids for chalk drawings to banning garden gnomes. Then came the twist. Tim revealed he was a retired telecom engineer. "Their router's illegal," he said, eyes gleaming. "It's unlicensed spectrum. I can prove it." He showed me FCC regulations and offered to file a complaint. My anger turned to strategy. I wasn't just fighting for myself, I was fighting for everyone Karen had steamrolled. The showdown came at the annual HOA assembly. Karen, perched at her podium, was mid-speech about community progress when I stood up. "You installed routers without permission," I said, holding up photos of the device on my roof. "It's illegal, and I'm reporting it to the FCC." The room gasped. Karen's face turned beet red. "You're out of order," she shrieked. But Tim backed me up, citing regulations. Then, another neighbor, Maria, stood. "You fined me $200 for my rose bushes. I'm done too." The rebellion spread like wildfire. Karen doubled down, sending me a $500 fine for defamation. That was her fatal mistake. I hired a lawyer who found the HOA had violated property laws. Tim's FCC complaint triggered an investigation, confirming the routers were unlicensed. The HOA was ordered to remove them and refund every resident. But I wasn't done. I switched to a private Wi-Fi provider, installed my own router, and sent the HOA my $1,200 installation bill, citing their shared utilities clause. My lawyer called it a symbolic checkmate. The fallout was glorious. Karen was ousted as president, her reputation shredded. Residents shared stories on X, turning Oak Ridge into a cautionary tale. The new HOA board apologized, and I got my refund plus the satisfaction of seeing Karen's smirk wiped away. She moved out 6 months later, unable to face the neighbors she'd terrorized. I still smile when I see my blazing fast Wi-Fi signal. What do you think? Was I right to fight back? Or should I have played nice? Share your thoughts, I'd love to hear them. A split image divided equally into 2 parts. On the left, a black background with bold white text in a modern sans serif font. Centered, reading, "Would you let someone control your home?" Under 80 characters. On the right, a dramatic, high-contrast illustration of a suburban rooftop at dusk, showing an unauthorized Wi-Fi router being installed by a technician in a HOA-branded vest, with a frustrated homeowner, a woman in her 30s, standing below, arms crossed, glaring up. The scene is tense, with stormy clouds in the background, symbolizing conflict and rebellion.